The next technique I'm going to do is buckling branch, and I'm going to throw in the extension as well. I say this on most of my videos because sometimes people ask me what belt level it's for. It really depends if it's the 24 or 16 technique system. If it's a 24 technique system, this would be required for brown belt in the first degree. And if you do the 16 technique system, where you do all the base techniques up to the end of black belt, this would be required for second degree black belt. It's one of the orange extensions. So buckling branch, and before we jump into it, if you remember the technique thrusting salute, where I drop back and make my block, and I do my kick with my heel palm, thrusting salute is a master key self-defense technique. So if I have a key, it basically means it could unlock the door to different cars, different houses. It's a master key that works everywhere. So thrusting salute is a master key technique that unlocks buckling branch. The only difference is in thrusting salute, we're going to be on the inside of the opponent's right leg. And then we're going to do buckling branch for a left front kick where I'm on the outside. Okay, so if I look at this technique here, so Scott kind of has his left foot forward. By the way, the distance has to be such where I don't negotiate this close. So I'm kind of like, hey, relax, take it easy. Not everybody starts with the hands up. I prefer it because if he's in any position like this where, of course, he's telegraphing his left kick, but my hands have to draw up before I do a downward block, which isn't a good thing. So I prefer that you keep your hands here. Now, don't just do a downward block with your left. You're going to use a double factor where I do an inside downward block, palm up, and then I do my outside downward block, palm down. So I do my block, I kick the groin from behind as I twist. I side kick the back of the knee. I grab his shoulder. I'm a little bit turned because I want to pivot and hammer him right to the chest or the heart or the solar plexus. Now look at the position he's in. I'm going to drag my back knuckle and heel palm claw to take him to the ground. I leap up and I give him that last kick. Now, as written, I'll just stay there for a second, is after I do this, I'm going to hit him with a stiff arm rising back knuckle on route to the kick. But in reality, your timing has to be impeccable and you run the risk of injuring your hand. I've seen it with an upward lifting stiff arm back knuckle, back of the neck. I've also seen an upward diagonal middle knuckle strike. Both are very, very risky. I prefer to drag them to the ground, wait, and make sure I kick them without risking an injury to myself. Okay, so if we try this again, we'll go slow. Kick and twist. Side kick, there's the buckling branch part. This hammer is bad. And you can also go to an in-place twist stance. I'm going to do this in a forward go. Boom. By the way, if his back is right there, I could knee his back as well. Some teach that. Now, watch the roll. And he's right in position for that last move. We'll do it one more time, buckling branch. So he's in a left neutral, or right neutral rather. And I'm like, hey, take it easy, take it easy. By the way, the hand comes up just in case the left hand's coming. Most won't throw that because they're so focused on the left leg. In fact, most people he's trained will have their hands down as they kick. That's usually a telltale sign they're gonna kick because they're not trained. Scott being trained, his hands are up. So he does the left kick, and kick, the side kick, drop that hammer. Lots of options here. 1, 2, and maybe on the way out, just straighten that leg for safety. I might bust his knee as well. That is buckling branch.